I just heard some news coming out about the new season of Doctor Who, and I want to talk about it. Who am I? I am the booktube goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube. I am a huge Doctor Who fan, and I have been for many years. My favorite Doctor is, of course, the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker. Does anyone disagree with me? No? Good. But we aren't going to go down memory lane. If you want me to do a video about the early Doctors and what I thought about them, let me know down in the comments. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. But of the modern Doctors, David Tennant, the 10th Doctor, is probably the most iconic. And guess what? He is apparently returning as the 14th Doctor.
What?
And the next season is coming to the Disney Plus channel.
What?
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of the 13th Doctor, the Jodie Whittaker Doctor, and I didn't even watch that many of her episodes. Not because she was a woman. I actually expected Catherine Tate, who played Donna Noble, to be the Doctor after David Tennant, which I thought would have been fantastic. She would have been brilliant. But for some reason, I thought the whole Donna Noble storyline was a precursor to having Catherine Tate take over the role.
There was speculation that you might be a female Doctor. There was talk about that.
When they announced it last year, and they announced that Matt was taking over on New Year's Eve, and bizarrely, the tabloids had gotten onto the idea that I was going to be the new Doctor Who. Now, in my rational mind, I knew that I wasn't the new Doctor Who, because I presumed they would have told me. But the speculation was so rife, and they were on the phone every day between Christmas and New Year, wanting a comment, saying, come on, it's coming out soon, that I actually thought, for a brief moment, I thought, maybe it's me.
But I also understand that Donna Noble is going to be part of the new storyline with the new David Tennant version, who is coming in as the 14th Doctor. So what was it about the 13th Doctor that didn't gel with me? It wasn't the actor. It was the stories. I just wasn't vibing with the writing. And for those of you who are, like me, fans of the Doctor for many years, you know the reason for the season. The reason for watching Doctor Who was for the stories, for the writing. Before the reboot in 2005, where there was an actual budget, way back when the special effects were simply awful. Even for the time, the special effects and costumes were atrocious. But it was the stories we kept coming back to, especially for those of us thirsty for some good old science fiction. My understanding is that the next season of The Doctor will be overseen by Russel Davies, the showrunner who handled the original reboot in 2005. So I think that is a very promising sign. I also hear that the new season will air in 2023 on Disney Plus, which I am ecstatic about since I have Disney Plus, but there is one caveat. The mouse better keep their little dirty mittens off the production. I remember when there was an attempt for an American reboot of Doctor Who in the mid-90s. I was really excited for it, really excited. Then I saw it and I was horrified.
What?
How did I think that Hollywood could understand what made Doctor Who so popular. Americans, am I right? Anyway, to put it short, some knuckleheads thought it would be a good idea to have the Doctor be a romantic lead, and then follow that up with him being half human.
What?
The less said about that, the better. Okay, back to David Tennant. I agree with most fans. He is the most iconic of the modern Doctors. Not as good as Tom Baker, of course, but with Russel Davies back at the helm and David Tennant reprising the role, only this time as the 14th Doctor, my excitement over Doctor Who has regenerated. Now, before we get too excited about David Tennant, he is just a transitional Doctor. My understanding is he is a bridge to the 15th Doctor, who will be played by Ncuti Gatwa. The first Doctor played by a person of color, which I think is brilliant. And I saw this actor in Sex Education, where he was fantastic as an out and proud gay student. But because I've only seen him in a role as a high school student, I am a little concerned that he may be a little young to play Doctor Who, because I prefer my doctors to be more on the mature side. But we shall see. What do I look for when looking at Doctor Who? The Doctor should have two polarities. It goes from being a scientist to being a clown. And the best actors, in my opinion, are able to juggle both ends of that polarity, which makes us believe they are truly an alien being rather than human. The worst Doctors, again, in my opinion, depart from this scientist-clown polarity and veer off into territory that is too human. The insane Doctor just never worked for me, or the brooding, angry Doctor, or, Lords of Time forbid, the romantic lead Doctor. I want my Doctors to be asexual. Okay, there's River Song, but there's always an exception. Now, I haven't seen Jodie Whittaker's final episode because at the time I'm filming this, it hasn't aired on HBO Max yet, but I am excited to see it. I hear it is her best episode and there are cameos galore, so that's something to look forward to. But what I'm most looking forward to is the next season to air in 2023 on Disney+. But most of all, I think I am so happy that my enthusiasm for Doctor Who has been, yes, regenerated. Let me know what you think about this latest Doctor Who news. The return of David Tennant as the 14th Doctor and Ncuti Gatwa waiting on the sidelines to step in as the 15th Doctor. Until we meet again, may all the books you read and all the Doctor Who shows you watch be blessed.